Hey CJ and Natalie, it's Max Clausen. Just wanted to thank you again for having me over to your house. There's a lot of people that wish and want and dream about being in a different position and doing something different and don't take action. Congratulations to you guys for making your dreams and acting on your dreams. And it doesn't come easily. It's difficult to downsize and clean up and clear out and put everything you own in a trailer and move all the way 1,000 miles plus across country. So kudos to you guys for making the change. That's awesome. Anyway, the first thing I do when I'm trying to establish value on a house is I go visit the house, take a look at it, and we did that. And then I go into public records and I pull up public records. So at any time in this video, you can hit pause and take a closer look at what's on the screen. This is what public records says about your house with the beds and the baths and the square footage and the year built and the lot size. And I take all of this data and then I go to the MLS system and I do a search, and I'm looking for comparable homes. So I pulled up Parker North, and I'm looking for bi-levels, tri-levels, and multi-level homes, not two stories or ranch style homes. So those are not comparable homes. We're looking for homes that are most comparable to yours. And so this is what I came up with. There's these 5 homes, one that is under contract, and 4 that have sold recently in Parker North. No homes that are bi-levels are currently active and on the market and available for anybody to purchase or write a contract on. So that's a supply and demand issue that falls into your benefit. There's nothing else that's comparable to your house currently right now on the market. So what I do is I take the data from the MLS, I take these numbers and some other numbers out of the MLS, and I import them into my own spreadsheet. So here's the data in my spreadsheet so that I can present it to you a little bit clearer and analyze it and look at it better. So there's the one property that is under contract. It has 3 bedrooms and yours has 4. Same amount of baths. It's a little bit smaller. And on this data, I'm looking only at the raw numbers. I'm not looking at the condition, the quality, the remodel, the location. All we're looking at is the numbers. We'll look at those other issues, the other condition items, a little bit later. So this one is under contract, and when they put it under contract, they were asking $345,000. We don't know what the actual contract came in at. It could be higher, could be lower, could be exactly that number. We won't know until it actually closes. But it's in the southern part of the Parker North neighborhood, and it has a larger lot than yours. It went under contract in 8 days. Days on market, DOM. Days on market, 8 days on the market, a little over a week, and it went under contract. Now if I look at these sold properties and I look at this group, again, just looking at the numbers, not the condition, just the numbers of these properties. If we compare the group of 4 properties to yours, on average they have 4 bedrooms, so does yours. On average 2 baths, so does yours. A little bit larger but not significantly. On average these houses sold for $363. The price per square foot total, so if we take the total square footage, divide that into the price that they sold for, we come up with an average price per square foot of $215 per square foot. On average, they have a larger lot than yours. So the one that's actually the most comparable to yours as far as location and size and maybe condition is this property that's on Barrett. It actually sold yesterday, January 14th. So it's going to be our best comp. It's the most geographically close to yours. It's the closest in size maybe to yours. No. And it has a similar yard in size to yours. And we'll look at that a little bit closer. And then the days on the market, on average, they're going under contract in less than 2 weeks. So this product, like your house, is entry level into Parker. Parker North, Cottonwood are the neighborhoods that are entry level houses. If somebody wants to live in Parker and that's what they can afford, that's the ticket price to get into Parker. There's a lot more expensive neighborhoods in Parker, but this is the new home buyer type of home in Parker. So let's take a closer look at the details of these houses. So if I go back to the MLS system and I look at let's look at the pictures of the houses. Let's look at these individual houses a little closer. This is the one on Donley that's just up behind maybe the fire station there. It is they were asking $345. It went under contract in 8 days, and as far as it is a little bit smaller than your house. But let's look at the features and the fix. So it has a pretty good front yard curb appeal. It has rock and xeriscaping with maybe some bark and hardscape. There's no maintenance really other than weeding and raking to the front yard. Here's a drone shot. Here's the bedroom. The master bedroom comes out to a deck that you can walk down. The kitchen comes out to a deck. And then there's the garage. There's a lot of hardscaping in here so you can drive your RV back into the backyard. You can pause this video at any time if I'm going too quickly through the photos. It has new carpet, popcorn ceiling, looks like original windows. It has mini blinds that aren't very fancy. The original wrought iron railing, new carpet, kind of cleans it all up a little bit. It has 12 by 12 tile. That's not what people are choosing when they go to Home Depot and Lowe's now. They're looking for different dimensions, and maybe the wood grain tile is pretty popular right now. This kitchen, it looks like it's in nice condition. It can be moved into, lived in its current condition, but it is not what somebody would choose if they were going to Home Depot and remodeling a house. These oak cabinets are not very popular. You know, this kind of reminds me of grandma, the window covering thing there. The fan is an older style, white appliances. It's nice, but it's not brand spanking new remodel. The fake brick backsplash is not what anybody would choose. It has the tongue and groove, like very similar to what you have in at least part of your basement. It did have that fireplace wood stove. This is painted wood paneling and older, you know, so it's clean, functional, but not modern. The acoustic tile and the old light fixture, and this is an old window that's looking out under the deck with the supports. This is that bathroom that has the laundry in the bathroom. That was the master, looking out to that deck. Off of the master, there's the bathroom, and there's the stairs going down. This is the secondary bathroom that looks like it, was half redone. There's some bronze-looking color, antique bronze, and then there's some chrome. There's the antique bronze towel bar. So kind of a mishmash of stuff. Secondary bedroom. The backyard is nice, and I think that's enhanced green and enhanced blue, colorized. but it looks like it's well. You could bring that back. Looks like there's some dry spots, but you could bring it back pretty easily as far as the landscaping. The decks, landscaping in the back, big backyard. That your neighborhood has some nice sized backyards. So if we go to the next house, this one actually sold, and it sold for $390. They were asking $400, and it sold for $390. A lot of concrete, 2-car garage, oak floors. It looks like it's been remodeled to some extent. It still has the popcorn. It has a swamp cooler that has some dust on the popcorn, an older light fixture. So it's not totally new and remodeled, but it's fixed up and it's nice and it's ready to move into, I guess. So similar to what you're talking about doing once you fix up your paint and put some new carpet in. So it's kind of an open floor plan. Here's the kitchen and the dining room, and an old fan, wood floors everywhere. I got a little bit crazy with my mouse apparently. So it's nice. It's ready to move into, but it's not 100% remodeled. There's older cabinets, stainless appliances. It has a nice granite countertop, granite, and it has this wood or tile there. Some old things like this light fixtures, some new things like the faucet. All the appliances look pretty new. This is the the master bedroom. Look, they have stars on the ceilings. You know, there's just some of those details that wouldn't take a lot of effort that people should do, and I'll leave it at that. It looks like this has been remodeled. Some kind of a stone. Looks like limestone, marble. This is the master bath. Here's a nice big open basement. The bedroom in the basement. The bathroom is dated. There's the backyard. It's big, but it's dry. It needs some loving. Here's the next one, and it sold for $372. Again, it's on Donley, but it's in the other section of Parker North. It has a 2-car garage. Looks very similar to that other house as far as the floor plan. This one is the main room. You walk like yours, similar to yours. You walk into the up the stairs. You can see a little bit of the railing right there, and then they have this big cabinet that's up against the railing, and then you walk into the bedrooms in that direction. Open. So here's the dining room, and here's the kitchen. There's going to be a countertop in the kitchen back there. But if you look at the worn carpeting, popcorn ceilings, 12 by 12 tile with grout. It looks like they have, similar to that last one, they have granite countertop and stainless appliances, an older fan, new faucet and sink. So it's a mix of old and new again. I think it's the same floor plan as that last one. But so these are not new cabinets. They stained the cabinets, and then they didn't. This is what they looked like before they stained them. They decided not to make the light fixture match. Here's the master. Looks like decent carpet. It's hard to tell in photos with carpeting. This is the bathroom, the secondary bedroom. I'm not sure what this is. A basement room they're using as a sewing room, craft room, basement level room. So this is the bathroom in the basement and the basement living area. It has painted tongue and groove wood ply or paneling. A hole in the door, looks like newer paint. The landscaping looks pretty good. This one backs up to that street, I believe. We can look at it later, but you know, your yard is smaller, but there's more usefulness to your yard because you don't have this gravel slope in the backyard. So there's the gravel slope. So a lot of their yard, even though it's larger, is not as useful. And then, you know, they have things like dead trees around. There's dead trees. There's like 3 dead trees right here. Should be addressed. But it looks like the landscaping's pretty decent. The next one is Barrett, and that's the one that I think is the most comparable to yours. It sold yesterday. It's 2 streets to the west of yours. It's a little bit larger than yours. The outside looks good. It has a 2-car garage versus a 1-car. So that's a $10,000 improvement over yours as far as garage space is worth about 10 grand. Outside landscaping looks nice, like yours. They have wood flooring in the main level. The photographs are horrible, but you know, they're just overexposed. Maybe shot with an iPhone. No, I think my iPhone would do better than that. The coil stove is like the crumb catchers with the foil in there. They didn't put a lot of effort into presenting this house for showings. You know, it's horrible photographs, and it's dark. There's a lot of extra stuff laying around, plants and who knows what. What kind of plant is that? Is that a weed plant? It kind of looks like it. Maybe not. But this house does. I think they had some weed grown in it. Again, you know, they made the bed and they hung up their robe or something and then tacked up some cloths over the windows. So it doesn't show very well. This room is in the basement, and I'd say it's kind of comparable to your rock wall room. It has this super rough, unusual texture to it. Looks like there's a hole in the wall right there next to the plug. Maybe that's a cable that they just drilled through for a coax cable that's just sticking through the wall. That's probably what it is. It looks like they put new carpet in this house, but again, the photographs are horrible. There's a toilet. There's a missing towel bar right there. That's the mounting bracket. Kind of some odd little trim work stuff. So it needs a little bit of work. Needs a little bit of attention. Like yours, there was the paneling that doesn't have the cap on it or the trim molding around it. So this is where I'm thinking this is weed. So this is a window that has a ductwork in it for an exhaust fan, and then there's this random copper pipe is sweated up right here, and it terminates. They cut it off there. So I'm thinking that they were growing weed in here. So they got air duct and they got water coming in. They're probably bringing water from a spigot on the outside. We'll see a bit more of that. There's some leaves and stuff. They didn't put much effort. This is a bedroom. They're calling this a bedroom, but it doesn't have an egress window. There's a bed in this room, but it doesn't have a legal size egress window to actually qualify as a bedroom, and it probably doesn't have a closet in that room either. So this is that pipe, and so it just terminates there. That was probably their cloning table, and yeah, I'm sticking with that. So that's that house on Barrett, and it closed yesterday for $238. It closed January 14th, $238.5. Had the extra garage space. And then the last home is, again, probably a 80%, 85, 90% fix-up. It wasn't a total fix-up. So they have, looks like quartz countertops. This could be, Natalie, this could be that that stuff that I was telling you that you might investigate, that if you get on YouTube, you'll look at epoxy countertop refinish. And they sell these kits, and it's $100 or less job. So it might be interesting, but if you feel intimidated by it, don't do it. If you feel like it's going to be something that you don't want to get into. So it's a pretty nice kitchen. They opened it up, stainless steel appliances, and then they have some kind of laminate flooring, new flooring on there, hard surface. They kept the old stuff, but it's very clean, and I'm not sure if they still, it looks like they might still have the popcorn, but it's ready to move into, easy to move into. And this is what you guys are talking about. Let's throw some paint on there, put new carpet, clean and bright. It looks bigger than it is because it's a wide angle fisheye type lens, but this bathroom has totally been remodeled, has a new tile. Look how low. It looks like that would hit you in the shoulder, but I don't know. But a new toilet with the dual plunge push button dealy bob, and then entire new cabinet. So a little bit more extensive as far as the remodel goes. Nice backyard, lots of different levels there. It's a nice deck. And a big backyard, just your typical Parker North yard. That's just a really nice size backyard, but it does need some loving. So that's that one, and that sold for $352. So they were asking $350 and it sold for $352. They were probably in a competitive bidding situation. What I would suggest that you do is we put your house on the market at $335. That's shows me that CJ's been paying attention, because that was the number that he was suggesting. But this really does confirm it. And I think that, we don't want to go overprice, but we could get into, like this one, a little bit of a competitive bidding situation. But that one on Barrett, I would say, is geographically, size-wise, and maybe condition about as comparable to yours as any of these houses. So, again, if you have any questions, give me a call.